Welcome to a lesson in Vex, the show releasing as regularly as Deltarune's chapters. In this episode we're tackling Vex. Vex is a teenage Yordle from the Shadow Isles. She hates most things that move, and she'd rather just stay in one place not making any efforts. She's a great example of how Riot learns about their player base. After so many failed or soulless skins and events, they finally made a character that's as sad as the average player. Vex's passive is actually two passives. Doom makes Vex's next ability every few seconds fear and knockdown hit enemies. If you don't know what a knockdown is, you came to the right guy, kind of. It just means that it interrupts dashes. At first it might feel like it's no big deal and a pretty mediocre effect, until hilarious things like this start happening. That's the simple part of her passive, now's the more complicated one. Gloom marks nearby enemies that dash or blink, as well as when they're hit by her E. Autos, Q and W consume the marks, dealing bonus magic damage and refunding a quarter of Doom's cooldown. If the target wasn't a champion, it refunds only a tenth of its cooldown and deals less damage. Vex's Q, whatever bolt, is her bread and butter poke and wave clear ability. It sends out a wave in a direction slowly that then thins out as it gains speed. Make sure to press Ctrl 4 every time you use it, cause it looks like a dick and that's awesome. Despite being the ability that makes most sense to poke with, it kinda sucks. The rollout time gives the enemy laner ages to react to it if they aren't legally blind, sometimes even if they are. It's only reliable to hit in 3 situations. When the enemy is going melee on you, cause it's nearly instant. If you've already feared the enemy with W or E, cause they can't move away. And if the enemy is running from you, which they should past 20 minutes. Vex's W blasts an area around her and gives her a shield for 2.5 seconds that scales heavily with AP. Seriously, don't underestimate that scaling. The only other shields of that caliber are either ultimates, support abilities, or on champions which don't utilize that scaling at all. And we're talking about a mage! Alright, I'm checking through my notes and I think that's it for the W. Riot, you're really not helping me with creativity. Bring back complicated kids, there, I said it. Oh, there's a fun thing. The damage radius is increased against dashing enemies. Bet you didn't know that. Vex's E sends her homeboy Shadow to a target location to fuck shit up. The farther it flies, the bigger it is. When Shadow arrives at the location, he laughs at the enemies and fucks shit up by dealing some pretty good damage, slowing by up to 50% and marking everyone with gloom. If this ability is used to fear an enemy, they run from the center of it instead of running from Vex herself. Vex's ult is probably the reason you're gonna pick her up. She sends a bolt in a line going through minions and stopping on the first champion hit, marking them. The range is super long and it increases with level, which is probably why she's a mid laner. She can join a fight in the jungle nearly instantly. If the ability hit a champion, it can then be recast, making Vex dash towards the marked enemy like a buffed Akali E. Then, if the enemy dies soon after that, the ult can be recast again from the start, sending another bolt which can then be recast to dash, then kill the enemy, recast, dash, kill, recast, dash. As Vex's main engage tool, it's pretty versatile when combined with the rest of her kit. You can jump onto a solo enemy to catch them out for free gold, you can jump in the middle of the enemy team and fear them all with an instant W, you can catch a low HP running enemy, you can use it to escape danger, hell, you can probably even order it at your local McDonald's. That's the whole kit done, so I got my friend Vicville to help me recap Vex's abilities, even though this is the shortest lesson so far.
Okay, let's go.
Vex's passive empowers her auto attacks sometimes to deal more magic damage. Vex's Q is a long, slim skill shot that can apply hard CC. Vex's W is a personal shield with AP scaling. Vex's E is a slow, long-range projectile that explodes in a circle at the end, dealing damage and slowing enemies. Vex's ultimate is a long-range slim skill shot that usually decides whether she gets the kill or not.